Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today, this is my mock draft 1.0. I'm going to do a 2.0 as well as a 3.0. So we'll get started. The Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock. They have the first overall pick. They're going to draft Trevor Lawrence. I really don't think they're going to go anywhere else because of Trevor Lawrence. I mean, we've been talking about this guy for 3 straight years, and this guy, he's a beast. And I think he's going to go to Jacksonville, and well, they supply him with some weapons. So now at number 2, it's the New York Jets. I think here they're going to draft the quarterback out of BYU, Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson's draft stock has definitely trended up since the end of the season just because of his workout and his pro day. I think that kind of gave a lot of people a lot of trust in this guy and what he could do in the NFL. And I think this guy's very similar to, I think Robert Saleh is a great coach, and I don't think they're going to keep Sam Darnold any longer. So they're going to draft Zach Wilson at number 2. At number 3, this is an interesting one. A couple days ago, the San Francisco 49ers traded their 12th pick and a bunch of picks just to get this number 3 overall pick. Sources say that they are probably going to draft a quarterback, which I think too, just because why would you give up that much just to draft a position, not the most important position in football? And I think I think they'll have great options. I think they know that Trevor Lawrence will be off the board, and Zach Wilson most probably. And you're gonna have a great. You can choose the next 3 quarterbacks: Justin Fields, Trey Lance, and Mac Jones. But I think here, I think they're gonna draft Trey Lawrence. I think I was a little iffy about both Justin Fields and Trey Lance. People are saying he's gonna go to the 49ers. I'm not a huge fan of Mac Jones just because out of these other quarterbacks, he's not as mobile as the other quarterbacks. And I think that's one thing. I think if, like, how the 49ers do, like, Jimmy Garoppolo and Mac Jones' skill set's very similar. But for Justin Fields and Trey Lance, they're both like, they can both go out of the pocket and throw the ball and also run the ball. I think that could be another dimension where Kyle Shanahan could look for his quarterbacks to run the football. We know he's such a genius with that offensive line. Maybe possibly use his quarterback as well. So I think he's going to draft Justin Fields. Justin Fields' stock is going way back. Like, they're saying maybe late first round. But I think Justin Fields, if he finds the right system, he can be a star. But I think if he finds a bad system like the Lions or the Falcons, I think Falcons won't be that bad. But like the Broncos, I don't think he's going to succeed there for his NFL career. At number 4, just 3 quarterbacks taken off the board. We were talking about the Falcons also taking a quarterback. And I think they're going to take their quarterback out of the future. Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance, I think both Justin Fields and Trey Lance like show me a lot about. They're very similar to Cam Newton, and I think Trey Lance isn't that big, but like I think his skill set's very. He's not the best thrower, but he can throw that ball. He can push that ball downfield, and his pro day workout just amazed me. And I think Matt Ryan. I don't think he's staying much longer after the season. So they're gonna draft the quarterback of the future, Trey Lance from North Dakota State. Now it's the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals are in kind of a good situation here because they need help in that O-line. And I think if they help that O-line, Joe Burrow, he won't be sacked that much. So I think you're gonna draft. We haven't seen this type of prospect like Penei Sewell. He's so good, and I really like Penei Sewell. I think he's kind of like Quentin Nelson. I'm not trying to jinx anything here. I'm not trying to say that he is Quentin Nelson, but he looks as if he's Quentin Nelson. At number 6, it's the Miami Dolphins. As I said, they traded that number 3 pick. They got the 12th pick from the 49ers, but they traded that with the Eagles, which the Eagles had the 6th overall pick. So now they're going to get the 6th overall pick. And I think right here, the Dolphins, they can go anywhere. They can reunite Devontae Smith with Tua Tagovailoa, or they could get Jamar Chase. I personally think Jamar Chase is better. I just think Devontae Smith is too skinny. I'm not saying skinny guys are bad, but that could be injury concerns. I think if he puts a bit of muscle in it or just gets a bigger body, I think he'll be fine. But I like Jamar Chase's skill. I think he's so good. I think that's one thing I think that they'll need. And I think they already signed Will Fuller, the Dolphins, so I don't think they want to get Devontae Smith. I don't think they'll get Jalen Waddle either. I think they're going to draft Jamar Chase. So Jamar Chase, LSU, great season with Joe Burrow, opted out last season due to COVID. So at number 7, we got the Detroit Lions. I don't think the Lions are going to go quarterback here because it's the Lions, and I just think they already have Jared Goff. I think people think Jared Goff's so bad, but I still think he's a solid quarterback, and I think I kind of feel like they think that Jared Goff's their future, and I hope they do because I think if I don't know about their coaching, but I think they're gonna keep Jared Goff. So here, I think, do you want to supply him with a weapon? They already have T.J. Hawkinson. He had a breakout season in 2020, and I don't think they'll get Kyle Pitts on the board. I think Devontae Smith looks great to me. I think Devontae Smith, as I said, he's a bit skinny, but I think his great route running skills just takes that all away from you. So I think they're going to draft Devontae Smith at number 7, wide receiver from Alabama. At number 8, it's the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, we thought originally that they would get a quarterback. And here, you can draft the top 5 quarterback, but do you want to draft Mac Jones? I think right here, I feel like Teddy Bridgewater can stay for a couple more years. And I think, especially because the top 4 were gone and the top 4 picks, I don't think they want Mac Jones. I don't think they're a team that wants Mac Jones. So I think they're going to go another direction. Not many people have been talking about this, but I think they should draft Kyle Pitts. Another weapon for this offense. They already got Christian McCaffrey. They already got DJ Moore. They got Robbie Anderson, but they did lose Curtis Samuel, and I think Kyle Pitts, he's kind of that versatile weapon. He's so fast. He can catch the ball. His hands, they're so good. His route running. There's nothing that you don't like about Kyle Pitts. So I think they're going to draft Kyle Pitts here, and I don't know why no one's talking about Kyle Pitts going to Carolina, but I think he should be able to go to Carolina. At number 9, we got the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos are going to give Drew Lock another year, so I don't think they're going to draft Mac Jones here. But I think they might need to upgrade that secondary, and I think they're going to draft Patrick Surtain, cornerback, Alabama, and I think that's where they need help, especially because you have Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes in your division. You need that cornerback to lock down Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Keenan Allen, and I think this guy might be a great fit. At number 10, I think the Cowboys, they also need to upgrade their secondary, so I think they're going to draft cornerback J.C. Horn. I think J.C. Horn, he looks, I've heard about these top 3 cornerbacks. They look very good. Also Caleb Farley and List, but I think they're going to draft J.C. Horn at number 10. At number 11, it's the New York Giants, and the Giants, they're trying to get as many weapons for Daniel Jones, but he does need an offensive line. That's one thing you got to remember. So I think they're going to draft the second best offensive lineman on this draft, which is Rashawn Slater. And I really like Rashawn Slater. I think I talked about Penei Sewell, but I think this guy, I'm not saying he's as good as him, but I'm saying he's close to his level. I don't think he's better than him, but I think Rashawn Slater is great. At number 12, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles traded with the Dolphins, as I said before. They just traded that number 6 overall pick to the 12th. And I think they need to supply Jalen Hurts with weapons because currently they don't have any weapons. So I think Jalen Waddle fits that. I think Jalen Waddle, he's a dynamic playmaker. He can do a lot of stuff that not many wide receivers can do. And at number 13, we got the LA Chargers. The Chargers, I think they need to add something in the offensive line to protect Justin Herbert, and I don't think they're going to add a weapon. I don't think they'll draft Mac Jones either. So right now, I think they're going to draft Christian Darrisaw, offense tackle out of Virginia Tech. Now at number 14, it's the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Vikings need some help in that pass rush, and I think that's where they're going to get Gregory Rousseau. I really like a lot of these pass rushers, but these guys are going to be in the later part of the first round, which kind of hurts me because they're so talented. They're not as talented as Chase Young from last year, but I think these guys are starters and they're really good. And number 15, my team, the New England Patriots. Mac Jones, I think, and you also got Micah Parsons. People have been talking about Mac Jones or Micah Parsons have been the two guys. Originally also, J.C. Horn as well, I've heard. And I think here they're going to draft Mac Jones. I think they can get their quarterback of the future. I necessarily don't like this, but I kind of feel, and also Robert Kraft today, he announced that we need to solidify the quarterback position, and it felt like he was hinting to draft a quarterback. And I think if you're at number 15, you can draft Mac Jones right here. He's available. A lot of people are saying he's going to go earlier, but I think, as you can see in my mock draft, a lot of teams that not like some teams that don't need a quarterback. Like, I bet he could go to Carolina, but I think Kyle Pitts is a way better option. So at number 15, I got Mac Jones going to New England. He'll be Cam Newton's backup, and maybe some competition for Jarrett Stidham and him. At number 16, it's the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals, they were supposed to make the playoffs, but obviously they didn't. And I kind of like the Cardinals, and I just think I really don't know what their exact needs is, but I think they need to draft Caleb Farley after losing Patrick Peterson. And I think Caleb Farley could be their future, just how Patrick Peterson was. And I think that would be a great replacement of adding Caleb Farley. At number 17, we got the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders, they need to improve their defense. They already signed Yannick Ngakoue. But I think, how about adding a versatile linebacker like Micah Parsons? I think I like Micah Parsons. His versatility is there, and I think he's kind of that Isaiah Simmons of last year, and I think that's what I like. At number 18, we got the Miami Dolphins. I think the Dolphins here, a lot of people say O-line, a lot of people say running back, but here I feel like they need a running back. I don't think Myles Gaskin is their future either. But I think Najee Harris, he looks so talented. Obviously, running backs out of Alabama are really good, so I think for me this is a no-brainer. But I don't know if the Dolphins really want this guy. But for me, at number 18, the Dolphins are going to draft Najee Harris. At number 19, it's the Washington football team. No one talks about Washington football team last year. They had the number 2 pick last year, and I was like, what? And then they made the playoffs, and it's all because of that defense and Chase Young. And right now, I'm looking at this. It's a lot of defensive players right now. You can see Azeez Ojulari, Christian Barmore, Jeremy Owusu-Karamoah, and Rashad Bateman. I think they need to add some offense, and I think they're going to go that way with Rashad Bateman. Whoever the quarterback is, I think Rashad Bateman, I think he kind of looks like that underrated guy, like that Justin Jefferson of last year. At number 20, it's the Chicago Bears. I don't think the Chicago Bears, I don't don't even know who's the latest quarterback. I think it's like Kyle Trask, who I do really like, but I don't think he's a first rounder. Possibly a late first rounder like the Steelers or the Jets. I don't think they're going to go that far, but the Bears, they got 20th pick. So here, I think the Bears, I think they're going to draft, I don't think they need edge rusher. I don't think they need linebacker. I don't think they need defensive tackle. Maybe an offensive guard out of Elijah Vera Tucker. I think maybe whoever the quarterback is, Nick Foles or Andy Dalton, you're going to need someone to protect you. And then it's the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts, I feel like they need to upgrade that secondary, and I think they are. Their team was stacked last year, and I really like their their team, their defense. I think they're going to draft Asante Samuel Jr. I think you could see he's number 46, and you're saying, why are you saying the guy that's ranked number 46 is going to get drafted at number 21? I'm just saying that this team they need a cornerback, and I think Asante Samuel Jr. can do that. And I think this team, that they're just a couple of players away from competing for a Super Bowl. Last year, not so much, but I watched Philip Rivers. They went 12-4. I already think it was 11-5, but imagine how they could do with adding a young corner out of Asante Samuel Jr. Number 22, it's the Tennessee Titans. And tight ends, they're drafting very late, and I think they need to add someone I feel like they need to add someone at the pass rush, even though they signed Bud Dupree. A lot of guys that I like at just the edge. I think they need to add someone in the edge. I think Kwity Paye, he really impresses me. I really like Kwity Paye, so he's out of Michigan. The Tennessee Titans are going to draft Kwity Paye out of Michigan. Now it's the Jets again. I'm pretty sure they got this out of the Jamal Adams trade. This is number 23. I think they need to draft their running back. People have been saying O-line. But I do like Samuel Cosmi. I do like a lot of other guys. But I think, especially for rookie quarterbacks, if you don't have a good running game, obviously offensive line is a huge need. And you do need to supply them with weapons. But I think running backs are also good too. Maybe out of the backfield as how teams use them nowadays. And sometimes maybe handing the ball off to them or running play actions. It just helps them out. And I think adding someone, I feel like Travis Etienne, I don't know how to exactly pronounce his last name, but I just think the Jets, I think it would be great if they could draft a running back like Travis Etienne, running back out of Clemson. Number 24, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot of people have been saying Kyle Trask. I don't think they're going to... I mean, I know there's Kyle Trask on the board. You can see his number 120. And obviously, now Davis Mills, Kellen Mond. Some people think these guys are good. I don't think they're going to be first-rounders. But I think they did lose Bud Dupree, and I feel like they might go that way. But you could see Trayvon Moore. They got some good... They can draft some good players here about what their needs are. I'm just going to click the team needs. Let's look at the Steelers. Seeing the offensive OC, tight end, running back, cornerback, and edge. Just how I said, I think they might need an edge rusher. So let's go to the defense and see what the best edge rushers are. I think Azeez Ojulari, I just want to read what he can do. Gifted pass rusher. Okay, so the negatives don't look as bad and gets out position from the play by big offensive tackles. That could be a problem, but we know Mike Tomlin, he's a great coach, so I think this guy looks coachable at that standpoint. So we're gonna draft Azeez Ojulari at number 24. Number 25 is the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we got the Jags, and the Jags, they have another pick here, and I don't think they're going to draft another weapon, but I think there are a lot of edge rushers. Like you can see all of these guys are edge rushers. So, trying by edge rusher. Oh, that's why. I was on defense, so that's why. So, at number 25, I think they need to get, I do like their offensive line. Maybe, I think Trayvon Moore. I love this guy. Pretty sure Peter Schrager was the one that talked about this guy. I really like this guy. He's a very versatile safety. He's like Harrison Smith. I think this guy's a versatile safety. Not so much Tyrann Mathieu, but I think this guy, he looks great in my perspective. I think he's sent out of TCU. He's very versatile. I'm pretty sure he had a sore back in his pro day for TCU. Number 26, the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, I really don't know what their basic needs are, so I'm going to just look at the team needs. They need edge, linebacker, wide receiver, defensive tackle. And I think they got the best. You can get Christian Barmore out of Alabama. A lot of these Alabama defensive players, I really like them because they come from Nick Saban, but we know a lot of people say that they're not very successful in the NFL, but for me, I think if you draft someone out of Alabama, they got coached really well with Nick Saban, so that means they're going to get really coached. They'll know how to they won't complain when they're getting coached, so they're going to draft Christian Barmore. Number 27 is the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens, I really don't know what. I think you need to add weapon to Lamar Jackson. I think Kadarius Toney. I really like the addition of Sammy Watkins, a veteran, who Lamar Jackson can trust on those third down plays. I don't know how many catches he's gonna get and all that stuff, but I think Kadarius Toney, in a young player, even if this guy doesn't work out, but you at least have to try to help Lamar Jackson. Number 28 is the New Orleans Saints. The Saints, the Saints are a tough one here. They already signed Jameis Winston, so I don't see the quarterback coming here. They did lose Quan Alexander, which is a huge thing. So I think they're gonna draft Jeremiah Owusu Karamoa. I don't know how to pronounce that last part of his last name. I'm pretty sure. Number 29, it's the Green Bay Packers, and really here they need to draft someone like a wide receiver or a safety or something. I just think they need a receiver. So far in free agency, they haven't done anything. I don't expect them to. And I just think the Packers are gonna, even if I say wide receiver, they're gonna go a different way. And I really don't know who they're gonna draft. But I think Pat Freiermuth, even though they do have Robert Tonyan, now I don't. It's the Packers are a hard team. Team needs. Let's go take a look at the Packers. I think they can add a cornerback right here. I really like a cornerback. Who's that guy? Cornerback. Yeah, Greg Newsome. I really like this guy. He's at Northwestern. And the Green Bay Packers have drafted Greg Newsome II. So the Buffalo Bills at number 30. The Bills, they haven't done anything really this offseason but signed Mitchell Trubisky. Pretty sure they signed Emmanuel Sanders as well. They can draft some guys here. I don't think any of these guys matter from now on. But maybe I think they need a pass rusher. That's one thing that they need. I know that's a team need. So I think I think they're gonna get the best on the board. Joseph Osaya, I'm pretty sure. Probably wrong either way, so don't blame me. At number 31 is the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs, I think they need to give Patrick Mahomes protection, and Samuel Cosme, I think he fits that. And I just think reason I'm not talking a lot about these guys is because these guys are like second rounders and they're not much talked about. There's not much scouting around about these guys. Number 32 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucks, I don't think they need anything defensively. They're just stacked everywhere. I don't know where they would need help. I think that if there's a place that they might need help, it's probably cornerback, which is my guess. Let's take a look. Running back, defensive tackle, edge, cornerback, yeah.